thing. He was saying like people don't have like the government is asking people to stay home, but they're not giving them unemployment. They're not giving them enough. They're not giving them these resources. People are saying like, oh, stay in your house, and then they're like shamed for going out when they like people don't always go out to like for luxury. They go out because they have to.
Right.
I think that in itself, like the unemployment is like a very big threat. Like I think it's not a threat, but like a big issue.
Yeah.
It's an issue. I think that there should be like more work around that. I definitely think that there should be like more agitation, more like there should be like rebellions against it. Yeah.
Yeah.
With demands like
related to labor.
Yeah.
And like the government doing something about it, putting people to work. They've done it before.
Yeah, Would that be like that's more of an issue than a threat?
No, I mean it's an issue and it's a threat.
Yeah.
Because we know that there's repercussions if people aren't working. It's not. I mean, they're not eating, then they're not doing any. Doing very much. Are there any others that you think, or you think that one's the most important one?
Right now, with what's going on, I think that's like going to be like the biggest one.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be like evicted, or already being evicted from their homes. Yeah, I definitely think at the moment is like people's jobs, COVID-19, what COVID-19 triggered, like the economic depression, is like the threat, and the issue is like unemployment.
Yeah. And it's gonna get worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. What does revolutionary politics mean to you?
Revolutionary politics means to me. Sorry, I guess it's like broad.
No, it's a big question. Yeah.
Like, I guess it's like what you do, or like your like, I don't want to say like ideology, in fighting for a better world. Like that's like super broad, but to me it's like your ideology for fighting for a better world, and that's not going through like nonprofits. That's not just doing like mutual aid work, It's actually like meeting the people where they're at, engaging in the community, teaching them it's right to rebel. Yeah, I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. But why do you think that going through revolutionary politics is the best way of achieving like social, political, economic change over the nonprofit,
Why is revolutionary politics the way, you mean?
Yeah.
I guess I consider myself a Marxist. And like Marxism tells us like the only way like for there to be real change is for there to be like a revolution, right? And so understanding that we need a revolution, right? How are we going to get there?
Yeah.
That's like where my revolutionary politics come into play. So I said like I want to fight for a better world. Like I love people. So that's my goal. Like, what am I going to do? What am I doing to achieve that?
Yeah.
That's, to me, like, organizing. I don't know if I'm answering the question. Yeah.
No, you are. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. And I have my own answer, but it's...
Yeah.
We could talk about it differently. Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat the question again? Like what?
Yeah, like why is revolutionary politics the way? Like politics and practice. Why is that the way? And the goal of this part, I mean, we're near the end, basically. The goal of this is really just like through the voices of our comrades, I have to basically.
Okay.
So the way Memo described it really, really well when he was saying it back to me, what I explained to him. He basically was like, so you're going to take all of our responses and write like a history and like a perspective that, you know, can be used for students to learn from, and then also to struggle with these professors who have to say yes or no, you can get out of here and graduate. So it's like me basically presenting like, this is what my comrades say is the reason why revolutionary politics is the way, instead of nonprofits or instead of these other ways of organizing. Yeah. So it's like, how would you struggle with I don't know, fucking professor who believes in nonprofits as the way, or yeah.
So I think that we believe in people, right? We believe that, like, as a Maoist, like, people are the driving force for change. The working class, the proletariat, are gonna push for like revolution, are what's gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
I want revolution, like I want like a better world, I want socialism. We want to win people over, and not necessarily win, because a lot of people don't understand what that is.
Yeah.
It's only reaching those people that are the revolutionary class that we will get to, that we will be prepared for like a revolution, that we will like, you know, like we've seen it in history. I think that unlike like the nonprofits or going through like electoralism, we aren't here to like kind of, we're not gonna sell ourselves out. Like no one's paying us to do this, you know? We're not being tied to anything. In a nonprofit, like, as we know, like, you're limited. It's charity work at the end of the day. You know, you're not really making any real change if you're working in like in the system. And they're also very, there's like this, like, it's fucked up, but like in the US it's like more like, oh, be a pacifist, even though everywhere else they're like violent as fuck.
Yeah.
And I believe in violence, you know, I believe in revolutionary violence. And I think revolutionary politics teaches you that the only way, like, there has to be violence, there has to be a lot of like, fighting and sacrificing in order to get what you want.
Yeah.
And that's not something that you're not going to get that through electoralism. You're not going to get that through electing people. You're only going to get that through like organizing people and teaching them like to take up the gun.
Yeah.
Well, not the people themselves, but like to be like sympathetic towards that, to support that.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, I think in like short, that's why.
Yeah, I think that's a really beautiful answer. And then last question is, like, you've taken some time for yourself, for personal reasons. Like, just like, what do you see as your role in the larger movement for yourself, given that you've taken this time? Yeah, and you're going to be coming back, you know, very soon.
I think I don't know a lot. Like, I'm still learning from other people, but I think it's to teach people the little that I do know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things to work on, but I do think that I'm optimistic, and I want to, like, inject that in people. Yeah. Like, I want them to be, like, more outgoing. I want them to be more optimistic. I want them to be less socially awkward. And I want to be able to, like, inspire people to be a little bit more. Because I think everybody's really passionate. They just don't know how to, like, or they just don't know what to do with, like, with it.
Yeah.
I think my role is to, like, inspire others. Not as a person, but with just, like, with what I have to say, kind of. With, like, my politics, my thinking, like, revolutionary optimism, to keep going, like, to keep struggling.
Yeah.
Because I think that a lot of people may be demoralized because of, like, everything that's going on. Like, and obviously being quarantined and, like, all that.
Yeah.